Hello and welcome, everybody. Good afternoon from all over the world, wherever you are. And welcome to this short infomercial. It's aimed at apprising you all on how to attain your entry-level project management certification, specifically the Certified Associate of Project Management, what we call the CAPM. I'm Dr. KDEL. I'm Dr. KDEL, and with me today are two distinguished guests who have so kindly agreed to share their experiences with us. The first person I'm going to be introducing as we go on is Mr. Ike Wankwo, architect of 40 years and project management consultant resident in the United Kingdom. Mr. Wankwo, could you let them just catch a glimpse of you? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, everybody.
Excellent. Good. All right. And then, of course, we have Mr. Adrian Santiago, a recently certified project management practitioner who attended our CAPM program and basically obtained his certification within 4 months, which is great. He resides in Texas. Mr. Santiago, could you give us a moment? Let's just see you.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here.
All right. Welcome to you too. I really do appreciate both of you joining me today. And thanks again for agreeing to share your experiences with our audience. I'm going to go ahead and begin. Let me introduce the intended audience for this event. Now, we all know that there are several categories of uncertified project managers, okay? There are those who are managing projects without globally recognized certifications. There are entry-level practitioners who need a recognized certification to open the doors to project management opportunities. And then, of course, we have those PM practitioners wishing to get certified by globally acclaimed Project Management Institute, the PMI, all right? And then we have those experienced PM practitioners who don't have the requisite certifications to prove their expertise, to improve their earnings, or to get promoted corporately. And then finally, there are the project management offices, the PMOs, wishing to train their project and program professionals, okay? Basically, to get them started on the journey to the PMP, the PGMP, the PFMP, and all the different certifications that exist out there. Now, for all these categories of project management practitioners, the CAPM is usually the first step, okay? And we're here to give a roadmap to these project management colleagues and practitioners. So I want to start by sharing a few project management fundamentals. I've called them PMI and relevant certifications, and they include the waterfall, the agile, and hybrid styles of project management. The waterfall PM style is the traditional style that works on initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, controlling, and of course, the closure of projects. It works on the premise that things have to be fully planned out before implementation can start. And this normally applies to large construction projects, health projects, and general management projects. Applicable credentials include the PMP, the PMI, RMP, SP, PMI, PBA, and on and on and on. There's just so many of them under that umbrella. The Agile PM style applies to IT developmental projects and works on the premise that things do not need to be fully planned out before implementation can start. You learn along the way through the processes of inception, concept, sprints, production, termination, and on, which is just that style of Agile management. Now, there are several sub-styles, including Scrum, Kanban, XP, DSDM, and on, with their attendant certifications, as you can see on the screen. Finally, the third one is the hybrid PM style, which is a combination of the waterfall and Agile project management styles. Now, in this scenario, you sometimes have a type of Agile PM that can be embedded within a waterfall process, or a waterfall type of PM that can be embedded within an Agile project management cycle, such as Scrum or DSGM. Having said that, I'm now going to open up the conversation by asking our distinguished guests. I'm going to start by asking Mr. Ike Nwankwo a question, because he's been in this field for a very, very long time. So, Mr. Nwankwo, I have a question for you. Okay. How long have you been in project management?
Wow. I could say all my life, actually, to be frank, because the way I look at things, everything is a project. Because if you have an idea and you want to get it to reality, you need to follow some structured processes to make it so. So I've been doing it most of my life. And as you said at the beginning, I started off as an architect, X number of years, and that is taking ideas and making it reality. Yeah. I went straight into, project management. Again, that is taking an idea, working with a team and making it reality. So I've been in project management for quite a long while, and I've enjoyed every single minute of it.
Thank you. And why do you think PM is important to the younger workforce?
Well, let me start off by explaining some facts.
Okay.
2.3 million people are required within the project management profession by 2030. Wow. Okay. There's also statistics to state that the way work gets done is via projects. And therefore, there's a lot of demand for projects. Thirdly, youth, in terms of population, are the future of development and our generation. So it is important that we get our youth ready and prepared to projectize what they do. So then on the fact that we know that projects are how work gets done. So it's critical that we start with our youth. It's critical that they understand the key principles and processes behind project management. And it's critical that we begin now and not wait for the future in order to train and make our youth aware of the fundamental importance and relevance of project management.
Fantastic. Thank you. I have a second question before you run off, because I know that your time is of the essence. So my second question to you at Nwankwo is, what certifications exist to enable PM practitioners excel at their work, more like get favorable visibility and ultimately reach their corporate goals? What are the certifications that exist out there?
Well, there are quite a number from various organizations, and I'll focus on the two main larger organizations. You've got PMI, obviously, that has quite a number of certifications, and I think you touched on it earlier. So you've got the CPM, which is like the entry level. We've got the PMP, which is our gold standard certificate, highly valued across the world. You've got, program management certificates. You've got portfolio management certificates. You've got Agile certificates. APM does a similar and has their own level of certification. But I think the key thing behind certification is that it proves to individuals, to employers, that you have the relevant skills and training in order to deliver projects. And as you said earlier, there's some people that do projects and have been doing projects, but they don't have that piece of paper, that certification, that knowledge, that training to prove that they possess the necessary skills, knowledge, and experience in order to deliver projects. And I think that's the importance of certification.
Thank you so much, Ike Nwankwo. Thank you so much. Now, because we are focusing more today on the entry-level certification, CAPM, we have with us today Mr. Adrian Santiago. He's a recent CAPM who is here to tell us about his journey to the CAPM briefly. So I'll say welcome, Adrian. So tell us, Adrian, you just went through KDEL's CAPM certification program, obtaining your CAPM in October 2023. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Could you briefly tell us the requirements you needed to satisfy and how you went about it?
Yeah, so for the requirements, for me, it was just using some past experiences from other jobs that I've been working on as some sort of qualifications to obtain that certification, and then also getting a certain amount of hours in a accredited course in order to be able to take that exam and qualify.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Santiago. You're a breath of fresh air. It's great to see that project management is in good hands as we are being phased out. The older group is great to see young, smart, tech-savvy people coming in and doing it the right way, okay? Getting those certifications while they're still young. We got ours as old guys, so it's great and refreshing to see youngsters coming in and doing it the right way. So congratulations on that certification, and thank you for being here. All right, so from what we've heard, any PM practitioner is going to need to satisfy about 23 hours of project management education. And from my earlier conversations with Mr. Nwankwo a couple of weeks ago, he did talk about possessing at least a GED, American standards, or secondary school education, British African standards, to begin the journey to the CAPM credential. So, Mr. Nwankwo, I'm going to be asking you one more question before I know you have to go, all right?
Okay.
What advice as a project management consultant do you have for our aspiring CAPMs?
What advice aspiring CPMs? First of all, the fact that an individual is thinking of doing a CAPM is a fantastic start. I think the advice is don't take it for granted. The secondary advice would be do read it. There tends to be sometimes an assumption that, and it happens a lot with the youth, that they already know it. And therefore, they feel they can walk into, the exam, walk into doing the test. It needs concentrated and dedicated studying. It needs, the fundamental principles about being a PM is being structured as well. So you need to structure the process. And I will say, do that structure, take advice from, individuals. Give yourself a target. Don't leave it open that I'll do it and whenever the time comes. Give yourself a target and a duration by which you've read all the study material, you've practiced all questions, you've worked with a mentor or a training provider, and you've said you're going to do it by day X, and do it. And then the trick with any exam is practice, practice, practice. And to conclude, I can say from experience, once you have obtained the certification, once you've gone through the learning knowledge that it provides, it will open your minds to other opportunities, other potentials, and it's just a good experience. So don't take it for granted, and do, use all the resources available to you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I know you're here, you're here in your capacity as a PM consultant resident in the UK. Thank you so much for bringing a different perspective, okay, just to show that this is the same worldwide, globally, okay? It's the same in the Americas, in Europe, in the Africas, in Australia, wherever it is, it's the same. Right. I want to thank you for sparing some time from your busy schedule to share your project management certification tips with our listeners. I'm now going to go on to share some critical information on what needs to be done to embark on the CAPM quest. All right. Now, I know that Mr. Nwankwo will be leaving us soon, but that's fine. The CAPM is an acronym for the Certified Associate in Project Management. Some people say of Project Management. It really doesn't matter. It's the globally accepted entry-level project management certification in the waterfall style. It lets the world know, as Mr. Nwankwo rightly said, that you're a recognized project management practitioner. As revealed earlier, the CAPM does require that you have some basic education, okay? A high school diploma, GED, secondary school certificate, a degree, a first degree, as well as fulfillment of 23 study hours of practice across several projects. Now, this is where the rubber meets the road. Once your documentation is completed, it also requires that you schedule for and pass the CAPM exams administered by the Project Management Institute, PMI. Now, having said that, KDEL can work with you through fulfilling the documentation prerequisites and studying for and passing the exam within 6 months of enrollment in our program. I'm going to be revealing more details on how you can achieve this on the next slide. Now, we're going to be talking about the standard CAPM training costs and content. Now, the training fees from authorized training partners cost slightly on the northern side of $500 US. The study resources from the PMI, the Project Management Institute, will cost you in the northern region of $3,000 US plus. Okay. Now, you also need to have garnered and documented your project management experience. Sometimes others will say it's 4,500 hours of PM work. Others will say which is equivalent to 23 contact hours. Now, attaining these will normally cost about $1,800 US plus 2 to 3 years of verifiable signed off project management practice. You can access a lot more of this information right there on the link that you see on your screen. All right. The total cost in time and money for the CAPM is about 3 years minimum and an excess of $6,000 US. Now, this is the good news that we have. The KDEL process is going to cut that time down for you if you do, as we say, as we advise, to 6 months. And the pricing you see there will cut it down by 65%, more than half. How are we going to do that? I have called this the next steps, obtaining the CAPM certification by July 2024. As I said, KDEL is going to help you obtain that CAPM credential within 6 months. We're going to guide you along the steps to receiving the following: study materials at affordable costs, about 70% discount, shortcuts to obtain your 4,500 hours of PM experience or 23 study hours according to the PMI guideline in 3 months, a workable 5-month schedule to obtain the CAPM. And this is going to include some accountability touch points bi-weekly, every 2 weeks until your exam date, to guide you through the process, work with you, make sure you're learning the right things and you're at pace to get it done. Now, instead of the approximate $6,000, our program's cost is only $1,000, payable from the link below and of course on the next slide. Same link I have on this slide is a link on the next slide. I want you to do me a favor, copy these links. They lead to the same destination. Copy the links, they lead to the same destination. The first link takes you to the description of the training program with a payment link at the lower half of the page. As you can see, that link starts from our website, kdleadership.com, coaching. The second link is a direct payment link. It's a Stripe link, comes from the Stripe payment platform. And any one of those, so you can go ahead and take a screenshot there or watch that video again, pause it there, and go ahead and make that payment immediately. Both links are going to give you the opportunity to enroll in the program for a one-time fee of $1,000. As you can see, you're getting that 65% discount that we talked about straight off the bat. All right, I'm going to close. Before I go, I want to give Mr. Adrian Santiago a chance to say goodbye and to give a few words of encouragement as someone who recently went through our training program successfully and in record time. Mr. Adrian.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for having me. And yes, it definitely is possible to achieve this. You just have to be willing to just do it and follow the programs right, and just kind of be willing to accept new and challenging things. And once you can accept that, then you really can get this done. And it's just the having the CAPM, the CAPM with you definitely will be able to open so many more doors and opportunities for you in the future. So I highly recommend it. And thank you once again.
Thank you, Adrian, for your time. And we must not forget our other interview who has left us, Mr. Ike Nwankwo, for taking the time out of his very busy schedule to give back to the project management global community. So thank you at Nwankwo, joining us all the way from the UK. I really do appreciate your dedication to the cause and your friendship. So from all of us at the KDEL team, this is Dr. KD Ewulu, lead coach at KD Leadership, wishing you a successful CAPM credentialing process. I will see you at the beginning of the training program starting towards the end of February 2024. All right, details will be sent to you once your payment and registration is completed. Again, you can look at that link on the screen right there. That's the link you need to go to get your payment and registration completed. So it's time for me to say goodbye. Cheers. I look forward to working with you towards your CAPM and beyond. Thanks for joining us today, and take care of yourselves. Bye for now.